I talked about this with Zaynab off the air, about the sort of the indoctrination that these kids go through when they are raised in Israel or raised in Zionist communities, and how they're very much like the Hitler Youth. Like, this is a mind meld that they are indoctrinated basically from birth with. And that's how you get something like this.
Children of Israel, we're looking for Greta's boat. We have something to say to you all. Are you with me, guys? Yes! We're coming to get you.
We're coming to get you. How old do you think these kids are?
Too young to be on a boat to come and get people that are just bringing aid to another people. Probably 11, 10, maybe 9. They look like they're grade schoolers. There might be a couple middle schoolers there, but these are little kids.
Woo! Children say the truth. Greta Thunberg, when you were a child, you wanted the good, not the evil. You wanted to protect the world. How come you suddenly became a supporter of terror? You talk about genocide. How can you not condemn the horrors of October 7th?
I mean, you want to talk about a bunch of coached kids? Here, read this and memorize it. And when you get in front of the camera, repeat it.
This is some dark shit. This is some really, really, really dark shit.
Yeah, these guys are going to grow up to be mass murderers is what's going to happen.
It's sad.
If you want to provide food to the people of Gaza, I suggest you condemn Hamas. Because the truth is that Hamas is taking all the food from the people of Gaza.
This has already been well documented that this is not true. And yet you have yet you have these kids that are going in front of the camera and they're just saying what they're told to say and they're going right along with it. But this is so dangerous.
But it's also, the cognitive dissonance. I'm not blaming it on this kid. I'm talking about just in general of they're taking all the food away from the people in Gaza, but we're going to stop your ship from bringing food and aid. We're here to stop you from bringing it in.
And they can gleefully say it, but this is what happens when you're told from birth that you are the chosen people and that everybody else is beneath you. So essentially, everyone else is subhuman except you. And this is what...
Not Israel. And what about the hostages? Are you going to give them any food?
How many Palestinian hostages are there? 10,000? Probably 10, more than
10,000. Before October 7th, there were 1,500 children. 1,500 children that were, quote unquote, detained. But a bulk of them were either being detained for throwing rocks by criminal and charged with military court because they don't treat Palestinians as average citizens, as normal citizens. So any Palestinian that's arrested for anything goes through military court, not civil court. And also several of those children that were abducted and kidnapped were being used to pressure people to leave their homes in the West Bank so that Israel could further their settlements. They'd go and abduct kids and say something like, oh, they threw a rock at a tank. They just make shit up and abduct kids. So they were holding children hostage in Israel, Palestinian children hostage in Israel long before October 7th. Amnesty International did an entire report on this in 2021 of 1,230 something children at that time. And the number only increased. The last time I had checked before October 7th, when I was covering this before October 7th, it was more than 1,500 children. So no, Israel had been abducting children, and yes, they had hostages, not just children, adults, even before October 7th. And I'm not saying that it's okay for anyone to do anything to any civilian at any time. What I'm saying is it didn't start on October 7th, and those people that were abducted by Israel are still being held, and no one in the mainstream media, no one in corporate media are talking about it globally as a whole as these people are hostages that are in Israel, but they are. They're hostages. The Palestinian people that Israel are holding, a large percentage of them are hostages.
And that's why this behavior is very dangerous. And of course, it isn't just a handful of kids. This is hundreds of thousands, if not millions, that are being indoctrinated into this.
Not only in Israel, but across the globe, and a large concentration here in the United States.
Indeed. Sorry about that.
I invite you to meet me, and I will show you what the children of Israel are going through. I hope that you will wake up and understand that you are on the wrong side of history. You know children always say the truth, and I hope that you will see that. Am Yisrael Chai.
Okay, that's like nightmare fuel as far as I'm concerned. I mean, that's really bad. I didn't realize how deeply indoctrinated people can get, but this is an all-timer as far as I'm concerned.
I've been studying cults and high control groups because I'm working on a new show called Politicult that I'll be releasing the first pieces for next week. And it's about cultism in politics. And one of the things about, high control groups and cultism is it can start early, but then once that, it doesn't even have to start in childhood, but it's your most susceptible. Once you get to a point where you want to believe your whole community surrounding you, there's so much, and then you don't have any information from the outside world, it's like living in a different universe is how people describe it. And they're constantly surrounded with confirmation bias. Israel is a cult.
Yeah.
This is cultism. Zionism is a cult.
And that's why the reactions that they have when people say you're committing genocide, you're and they, oh no, we're not. How dare you say such a thing? They're living in an alternate reality. There is no other way to describe it. And what I think is interesting, and that this is something that another gentleman put up on Instagram about the 7 lies of Israel. And I do think that this speaks very much to what we just witnessed in terms of how these kids get indoctrinated and they just go right along with it. I mean, they don't know any other world because for them, their existence is extremely isolated from the rest of the world. They are only amongst each other. They do not allow in insiders. It's all Zionism and nothing else.
And media is heavily curated.
Yes.
How many lies are needed to justify what Israel is doing? Lie 1, that God promised the land to the Jews. That's a religious claim, not a legal one.
I mean, that right off the bat tells you just how serious of an issue this is. You're trying to justify something that cannot be proven. It's just a belief. So by doing that, you feel that you can absolve yourself from any and all responsibility. And that's a huge part of the problem.
And religion doesn't grant land rights. Lie 2, the Jews were exiled 2,000 years ago. There's no solid evidence of a mass expulsion. Some Jews stayed, others converted or migrated. Total exile? Myth. Lie 3, that Ashkenazi, Sephardi, and Mizrahi Jews are direct descendants of the ancient Israelites. In reality, most descend from converts across Europe, West Asia, and North Africa. After 80 generations, any Levantine DNA would be statistically negligible. Lie 4, that it is acceptable to found an ethno-religious state in the modern world. We'd never accept that logic elsewhere. Lie 5, that only a Jewish ethno-state can protect Jews from persecution. This erases centuries of coexistence in Muslim lands and assumes equality is impossible. Lie 6, that displacing native Palestinians to create that state is somehow justified by all of the above. Lie 7, that apartheid, occupation, ethnic cleansing, and even genocide are acceptable tools to preserve it. Strip away the myths, and what's left is violent settler colonialism.
That's great.
What else is it?